Hey, hello, my friends. Paul Apollonia here again with another video of about 5 items I've sold on eBay. Hope everybody is well. Got about 22, 23 years experience on eBay, selling all kinds of stuff. I basically sell a lot of one-offs, which means one-of-a-kind things, things I get under consignment, things I find in the trash. I've got a few, probably got about six trash to cash videos out there. I do some thrifting, some garage selling, but not that much. I'm trying to rebuild my business in this new location of Florida. So I'm working on that, doing well, getting it back up to where it was before, which is great. Just like everybody else, need to list more. You don't know what's available if you don't have it listed. So real quick, check out all the stuff in the descriptions. I run the name change. It was called the Raleigh eBay Ecom Meetup Group. Now it's called the Southwest Florida Inglewood eBay Ecom Meetup Group. That's a mouthful. It's a Zoom format right now, and I was charging $5. It is free now, basically. But would love to get a donation if you guys feel like doing that. That would be great. Takes a lot of time and effort and expense to run these meetups, even though it's on Zoom. And that is the second Thursday of the month at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What else? Just check out all the stuff in the description below. Let me get to these 5 items. Hopefully, make this quick for you guys and gals. And before I forget, as I always say, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Got a whole lot of you guys out there. Thank you so much, guys and gals. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in there over the years. And after you subscribe, hover over that subscribe button and click the all, and you'll get all the videos. I want to make sure you get all the videos I do. A lot of them are eBay based. What you're seeing here, shipping, listing, you name it. I'm going to work really hard on getting more of those type of videos out there for you people. And I also do some Chromebook videos. I love Chromebooks. I'm 100% Chromebook. And I do a lot of do-it-yourself videos. Basic stuff, nothing crazy. That I would say almost anybody can do, but if you're not comfortable with tools, please don't do them. All right, so let's get this started. Sorry, I was out there in the garage. It's a wee bit hot out there. I am in Florida and I like the heat, but geez. All right. I got tons and tons and boxes of CDs I'm trying to go through. Could just bring them in, but that would take all the fun out of it. All right. I just did a whole video on this Singer sewing machine that I parted out. It was my grandfather's. I moved it around. Excuse me. I moved it around to several houses. I got it way back in the early 80s, mid 80s. Heck, I can't remember. Maybe it was the late 70s. I think I was in high school. Um, it moved around. Never really did anything with it. Had these grandiose plans of displaying it here, displaying it there. Never did really anything with it, and decided once I moved here, I went. Well, I always go by the motto: when in doubt, part it out. I didn't really want to sell the whole thing the way it was, and I made a very good bit of money on this. This is one of the parts. I think I have another part coming up in this selection of 5. I have no idea who buys these. I think people that are doing leather work buy these. I had no idea it worked. I didn't know if it actually worked, but it did move, and the needle did go, or the mechanism did go up and down. Took about a week to sell it, but there is. I'm going to keep my eye out on these machines because there's a lot of money in parting these things out. If you're interested, I prefer parting things out. I know I probably could have sold the whole unit as it is. I could have done a local pickup on eBay. I could have tried it on Facebook Marketplace. I have almost no luck on Facebook Marketplace. I know people that is their sweet spot, Facebook Marketplace and all the other app selling things. I don't have any luck. I have no idea why. It's just not worth my time. But I did good on this. $94. It was heavy. $24. I do flat rate shipping. I know. We all run our businesses differently. I prefer to do flat rate, kind of guesstimate at it. I think this didn't go too far away. I honestly can't remember where it went, and it wasn't even that long ago I sold it. Um, but excuse me, I did really well on this. Got the shipping was, I think it was under 24. If it's over, I just eat it. If it's way, 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 way under, I might refund somebody that. But it takes a lot of my time to pack this stuff. Packing materials, boxes, even if I get them for free and materials for free, it still takes my time. And I do take a lot of time packing things. Used, I think I used some pool noodles with this and tons of bubble wrap that I had. Real quick, my listings are keep it eBay best practices title. I try not to have any special characters in there. I wanted to make sure they were getting the machine only, not the whole unit. And I always do condition description. I'll go down here and read that to you. It's very simple. Once we get there, item specifics are very important. They play a key part in when you're searching on the left-hand side, new, used, whatever. They pull up item specifics. Here it is right here. This is basically what I have in the condition description, which is up there. I have no idea if it works or not, so it may need repairs. This was my grandfather's. I'm parting it out, so pretty clear. It was, yeah, there you go. So that's basically it. I got it after they passed, and it's been stored inside the whole time. Yes, inside, in a garage. Never a storage unit in a house, but never out in the elements. My backgrounds are a white background. Uh, Now they're saying you don't need a white background. At the beginning, they didn't care what background you used. Then they said you need a white background, and well, many of us went to white backgrounds for Google Shopping and eBay. eBay, well, they want a white background. So then, just recently, a couple years ago, they said just your first picture needs to be a white background. Um, so people did that. Now they're saying it doesn't even matter. Google Shopping, which eBay uploads all their listings of Google Shopping, I think every day. May take a little while, but every day they do that. But I just do a white background. I don't use any of those programs that turn the background white. I personally think a lot of times it looks fake. So I just use a white sheet. A lot of times this is done in my laundry room on top of my washer. I don't think this was done on my washer because, excuse me, this was pretty big. So I did really well on this. Again, basically got it for free. Was there sentimental value in this? Not really. I saw it in my grandparents' basement. I think I saw my grandfather use it once in a while when I was a kid, when he told me to get back upstairs. That's the way grandparents were back then. Um, so there's no real sentimental value to me. Excuse me. He came here to this country from Italy and was a tailor at a big shirt company in Philadelphia. So I did really well. I probably made about $90 on this, I'll bet you. I'm pretty sure they bought it at that full price. I don't think they did the best offer. All right, let's go to the next one. Blu-rays. Really quick story on this. I was doing a lot of consignment, excuse me, when I was in Raleigh. And I need to build that up big time here because I'm amongst all these older people. Not that I'm young anymore, but and they're moving on, and there's a need for people to come in and consign for them. But a lot of times you lose contact with people. These people, unfortunately, I think these were the ones that unfortunately passed away. Um, I met with them a couple years ago, and I lost contact with them, and they weren't responding. And I just Googled their names. And I was like, "Oops." But I don't know if I had these priced too low. It really didn't matter. At this point, I didn't pay anything for them. These were selling like what they call hotcakes. These were selling within probably 10, 15 minutes after I listed them. A lot of times you might think, gosh, I think I priced that too low if it sold that fast. Well, a lot of times people have them in their have them in their search on eBay, and when you list it, it pops up and they buy it right away. So it's not always that you price them low. My theory on this stuff is inventory is the enemy anymore. We downsize to a smaller home, and I don't want my house full of inventory like it was before. So I did really well. These did go. I used media mail. Media mail is still out there. The post office media mail. I think they're going to be getting rid of it, but ground post office ground advantage is almost as cheap as media mail, maybe a little bit more, but it's good. Um, I did really well on these. Obviously, like I said, I got them for nothing. I just threw them. They fit into just a regular cardboard box that I had in the garage that I got for free. I was able to squeeze them all in there. I think I may have used a little bit of foam on the outside, on the inside of the box just to protect them a little bit. But everything went well. Did pretty good. It was under 874. That was a guesstimate on shipping. I think it was 610 or six something. Made a buck or two on shipping. Did really well. Probably made about $31 on these. Again, sitting in the garage. I moved them down here. Sure, never held on to them that long, but they did sell, and I did sell lots of these. LOTS, not a lots of these. Other lots of these. I took single pictures of everything. These were done on my dining room table with a sheet. And they sold really, really quick. I was quite shocked. Let's see what's next. Old license plates. They do sell. Quick story on these. I was at a car swap meet here in Inglewood way back in November. Um, when did I list these? Oh, December 15th. So probably way back in November of 24. Um, And I was looking for things to sell, some small things, couldn't find anything. And a guy I know that's a snowbird down here said, I kind of collect license plates. I hang them in my garage here and in my other house up north. And I thought, license plates. And somebody was selling a ton of license plates. So I made a pretty good deal with somebody. I think I gave them like $30 for 10 license plates or something or whatever. Did I make a killing on most of these? No, I did not. Did I make my $30 back and more? Yes. There was an oval shaped, oblong shaped uh, license plate from Wisconsin. These are all from Wisconsin from 1920. It was black and white. I think I got $50 for that plus shipping. And I sold quite a few other. I sold probably about six of maybe five of these at about $23.99. I do have. Why do I have free local pickup in there? That's kind of weird. Okay. Hmm. The things you learn when you look at your listings. Okay. Shipping. Well, that's a little high. You know, how did I ship this? I used cardboard. I got a box, obviously cut a box up, put cardboard on each, put cut the box open, put the license plate in there, taped it up. I think I put another piece of cardboard around it, and I put it in a eBay padded envelope, which I do not have in front of me or on the side of me. They're the ones you get when you have an eBay store and you have your free shipping, your money towards free shipping supplies every quarter. Not really free because you're paying for your store. And that went out. Like I said, I think shipping was probably about $6, maybe 6.50. I forget where it was going. Didn't make a killing on this, but again, it already paid for itself. So I probably made about $22, $23 on that. Like I said, see, I sell all this different stuff. Okay, here's the Mammer Jammer big profit item I did with the sewing machine. Again, I did a video on the sewing machine. I'm not going to take a lot of time talking about this, but the legs do sell very quickly. I think I sold this within a week. I took a best offer on this, and I quite honestly can't remember what the best offer was. I think it was 109 or 115 plus shipping. Did I ship it like this? Heck no. I took it apart. And I very quickly I took it apart. Big screws. What do you want to do? This thing's 100 years old, 1924, 26, whatever year it is. I used some penetrating oil on all the screws, and everything came off without a problem. Big flathead screwdriver. I put these little screws that held the tabletop on in the baggie, taped it, slapped these two end pieces together, tie strapped them together with just black tie straps, and just started taking everything else apart. This came apart. This came apart. This wheel came apart. And I just started just stacking them on top using pool noodles and tie straps to strap everything together. Then I cut a big box, a heavy duty, I think it was large, Home Depot or Lowe's home improvement box. Cut it open, kind of flipped it around and wrapped it up. The back was flat, the front was concaved, so it wasn't really box shaped. Then I used another box and wrapped it again in that box. And I also used pool noodles before wrapping it around the ends. Pool noodles are great, and if you're in an area where it's seasonal, you can get them for pretty cheap when the season ends. And I've made a few videos on using pool noodles, and I shipped it out. It was $64.99 shipping. I think it only cost me about $42 to ship it. Did I refund the person? Heck no, because I spent probably almost an hour packing this, weighing it. I had to use my little, I don't have a big scale, but I've got the videos on blur. Oh no, it's not. Hey, there you go. I have a scale like this, but I also have one that has a cord, which is awesome. This is an older scale. I need to buy a new one because it gets kind of wonky sometimes. But the corded one is nice because then you can lay something like this on top of it and have your cord out there going, oh, okay, it weighs, I don't know how much this thing weighed, like 40 pounds or 50 pounds. And it went out FedEx or UPS. Never heard from the buyer, so I'm assuming everything went great. They did ask me, is there any rust on it? And I'm like, it's 100 years old. There's probably going to be light rust on it. So that was a great sale. So there's money in these sewing machines. I don't know what these are going for in flea markets or thrift stores or garage sales, but I've got my, kind of got my ears out on these things. What else is next? Whoop, another bulk lot of DVD, of Blu-rays. Just a bunch of Blu-rays, comedy, drama. I was looking at what else was on sale, was for sale, was listed on eBay, and I was just kind of like copying what they were doing. So there we go, $21 and $21.99. Again, made money on this. Probably made about 20 bucks on this. Found another small box, fit them all in there, a little foam around the inside of the box, and threw them in there. And I think they also went media mail too, probably for $6. So there you go. Hopefully I made this quick today. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Look at all the stuff in the description. There's some sponsors of the meetup are List Perfectly and My Reseller Genie. List Perfectly is basically a program in a nutshell where you're going to load all your listings into that. You're going to import them from eBay into List Perfectly, and List Perfectly keeps them forever as long as you have a membership. eBay will get rid of your listings after, I think it's, I don't know what it is, but I know I've had to go back and I couldn't find listings that I sold. So List Perfectly keeps your listings, which is great in case you need to go back and look at them. And it's 30% off if you use the affiliate link. My Reseller Genie, there's a discount there. That works great. That's for your taxes. Loads everything in from eBay and I think other platforms. I'm pretty sure, I remember it was for eBay when I joined, and it's a great, and that's an affiliate link too, and there's a discount on your first month. All right, thank you so much. You guys and gals have a great day. Happy eBay. I'll see you.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Steve with Rake and Profit. I'm here with Paul, and I just want to shoot a quick testimonial for him because he's been one of my good friends for over, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
And if you're looking to learn about selling on eBay and you want to start a side hustle, or you just want to make some money flipping stuff on eBay, you're in great hands. Paul's been doing this for a long time. He's helped a ton of people, and I put my full faith and trust in him. So, Paul, I appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you so much.
You got it.